What's up? Finally finished cleaning the garage. Now we can actually get to work in here without tripping over everything. It was a little bit cold, but I got my little tiny heater going, taking the edge off. Today we're going to try and put a new steering column in Dos Camino, my project. Here's the steering column here. It's a universal 30-inch GM style tilt wheel steering column. And we are going to throw it in this car, or attempt to throw it in this car. We'll see how it goes. But first off, we need to get that steering column out, so we'll pull that out and get started. We got the area down there taken care of. Luckily, almost everything is missing from here. Just disregard all the air hoses and stuff, but we're going to get this guy started up. Try and get it the rest of the way out of here. That was easy. All right, it appears there's another piece on the end here that won't fit through. So we got to pull that off. And it looks very rusty. Good luck. All right, this gives me enough of a fight that I've taken my flannel off. It's not that cold in here. Yeah, I'm going to try some heat. Looks like I got a fight ahead of me, but I am going to need that piece. If I knew better what I needed to cut off, I could just cut it and be done with it, pull it apart, but I don't know exactly what measurement I need out of that, or what piece of it, or how big of a piece, or whatever. So let's move on to some heat and hammering and see if we can get this thing out of there. All right, so I got the old steering column out, and now we get to see what I'm going to have to do to make it work. So it looks like in retrospect, if I had pulled the old steering column out first and measured it, potentially I could have gotten one that was a lot closer in length, but everything actually seems to work out pretty well. I should have the steering wheel in nearly the same position. I have some 1¼ inch tubing that I'm going to use that is a little bit bigger inside diameter than this is, so I don't know if I'll just weld it anyways, cut this piece off, weld it to the end. That's probably what's going to happen, but yeah, I'm going to have to do some stuff and figure out exactly what I'm going to do. Other than that, I should be able to get under the dash. There's a mount that I got with this that I should be able to put some rib nuts in, and everything should go pretty well. So I'm going to do some thinking and then get started on it. Alright, I'm debating back and forth on exactly how I'm going to do this, but I'll show you what I've got so far and what I'm thinking. Got this piece of 1¼ inch tubing. It goes over it almost nice. It's a little bit sloppy. And once I cut the old one, I no longer have something to measure against, so I better make sure I'm right about my measurements. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off right at the end, right flush, and then just weld that directly onto here. And I think I might cut a slit in this so that I can tighten it up a little bit, so that I can just tack it onto the end of this. That's the plan. Let's see what happens. Alright, we got a little bit of progress here. I believe I've got all of the parts I need to sort of make this work, so here we go. This sleeve here will go on the end of here, slide on. I'll be able to plug weld it and weld around the edges. And I cut this part off, the very end of it, which I need to have to be able to mate to the steering box. Clean that up. I will weld this piece to this piece. I should have 1 inch built in there to make up the 2½ inches total that I needed to extend this, and it should be nice and secure. So we'll get to it. All right, so we got about as far as we're gonna get today. Pretty good progress. I got that sleeve made up. The new steering column should be good enough to work. Let me show you what we've got so far. So there's the comparison of the two. Made up that sleeve, and yeah, it seemed to work out all right. I'm sure it's not on there totally straight, but who's ever gonna know? All I did was plug weld just in case I need to drill it out and start over. Yeah, and that's it. The issue we're gonna have moving on later is, well, let me say this first. If I made it too short, there's definite room for adjustment here. So I kind of lean towards the shorter side, just in case. But if I have to, I'll cut it off and adjust it again. The issue that I have, let me turn the light on. That collar that it's gonna come through is just too small. I cannot get it in there. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that sleeve out of there. Once I have the sleeve out of there, I should be good to go to put the new steering column in there. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I'll get to work on this as soon as possible and hopefully get that thing all put in there. It's sitting pretty, so take it easy. See you next time.